Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to be doing a tier list of every attribute for the month of March, updated, except for like characters that are like below the 4th anniversary because they are just extremely outdated and it's a lot of work to add them in here. We're going to be mainly ranking them off of Guild Quest and Limit Breaker and then Link Slot Trials, I guess, even though realistically that mode is extremely baby mode now, so I don't even think that really matters, but it's mainly how well they do in Guild Quest and Limit Breaker Quest, and just how usable they are in the game mode, essentially. And it's PVE only. I do have a section for Braid Battles, but you know, I'm not really ranking them that much. Like the new Mila Rose, I will rank her because she's actually good outside of Braid Battles, but she's mainly a Braid Battle character, so she's not gonna be exceptional. But yeah. So we will be doing a little bit of changing of the tier list a little bit because recently we did end up using True Shikai in the new updated Guild Quest. Maybe we've already used him before, but I just can't remember how he performed. But I was seeing other people use True Shikai at lower dupes because I've had him 5-5 since launch. And, you know, he did fine. He did good. But I was seeing other people with 1 or 2-5 Ichigo really struggle. So I think I'm going to bump him down below Toshiro. Like, it's not that big of a decrease. It's 1 spot. But I figured that some people might point it out. So I think that Byakuya, or Toshiro, is better than Ichigo. Probably was at the launch of when when Toshiro first dropped. But it is what it is. Changed it now. So, yeah. And then Byakuya is still number 2. Ichigo is still easily number 1 heart character. And now we're going over the new Stark. So, Stark is a heart character. He's a melee soul reaper killer. He has special move damage of 40% as his soul trait, and then he has weakening on all of his strong attacks. He has team party heart attribute character damage to status and when affected enemies of 30%, berserker of 40%, devastation of 70%, frenzy +2, hit hidden enemy chance of 100%, increased status summon chance against mind attribute enemies, mind link slot potions +5, SP boost of 80%, strong attack recharge of 12%, and then he has super link slot potions +10 and weakened defense. So he's basically just a mid-month premium Noitora. I think he's literally just Noitora, but like technically worse. I mean, not even worse. It's just like, I'm only saying worse because you can't use him as a link. So I'm just going to put him behind Noitora. Only because you can't use him as a link. I think being able to use Noitora as a link gives you more flexibility. You can use your favorite character. If you think that Stark is better than Noitora, that's fine. Like it's whatever. But they are pretty much the exact same character, except Stark just has special move damage on his soul trait, and Noitora has +5 super link slots as his soul trait, which I think is more valuable as a farmer. But I believe they farm the exact same amount of potions and whatnot. So yeah, that is that. Moving on to I'm pretty sure I'm just done with the heart attribute. There's not much to go off after this. Let me know if you guys would change anything drastically, but I think for the most part it's fine. Alright, so the technique attribute, we only have Sun, which is a very good character. Funny enough, her last character for tech was a very atrocious character, but you know, at least had a cool design. Am I going to change anyone around? I don't think so. I think these characters are relatively pretty good. Yeah, I don't think I would change much around. Maybe in S tier. It's a bit of a mess in S tier, I can't lie. But in terms of like SS tier, I think it's good enough. But I will say for Sun, I think she might be above Shinji. Maybe even Giselle, but I don't know. I haven't heard too much. Like she's up here. She's up here with Shinji, Giselle, somewhere in this area. But from what I remember, I think Giselle scored about the same, 55, 56 seconds in Guild Quest. I could definitely be wrong. Now that I'm thinking about it, her dominate skill, she might be number 2. Giselle might be number 3. Mainly because in Guild Quest, when you inflict dominate and you don't just one-shot, they just kind of like run away from you and they just kind of, and you push them back. With Sun, she has paralysis, and paralysis is just an absolutely insane status element in the game. because at least with paralysis, you can also get weakening. Obviously, that's not in this case, but I'm just saying for example. So when we do get that, that's going to be even better. But with freeze, you only can have freeze. You can't have freeze and weakening for whatever reason. I don't understand it. But yeah, so Sunsun I think is just up here. I guess I should probably go over her kit first before, you know, talking about it. But I think she actually, unironically, might be number 2 because she can get 56. But outside of Guild Quest is where I feel as though she would fall off. So, I mean, I guess then, you know, maybe you could put Giselle higher. So, yeah, she's among here. But here, I'm going to put her in second place. She is a melee hollow killer. She has strong attack recharge time minus 14%. She has paralysis plus, which is an amazing skill. I love that, or not skill, but status element. Paralysis plus is so nice. She doesn't have to really rely on if her sides steal her status element, because you can just attack and you basically will be guaranteed paralyzing that enemy. She has an EX skill where it's a defense boost, EX move with paralysis plus as well, and it gives you a barrier. The defense is kind of gimmicky, it's whatever, not that big of a deal, but the EX does enough damage, decent enough, nice skill to have. Team Party, she has increased damage to status on affected enemies of 20%, damage to paralyzed enemies of 40%, a debilitator plus 5 seconds, devastation of 60%, frenzy plus 2 or frenzy of 3 in Guild Quest, increased status summon chance against hollows plus 10%, killer effect plus 30 or plus 50 in Guild Quest, melee damage plus 10 or plus 30 in Guild Quest, poison duration minus 100, SP boost to 80%, and then weakened defense. And then for her skills, Havoc at 20, Marauder, and Sprinter plus 1. So I'm torn on where to put her, because the fact that she only does have GQ skills, like, it makes her amazing in Guild Quest, but everywhere else she does feel a bit just fine. She feels fine. So that's why I'm just like, she might only be above Lil Toto, because like in Guild Quest or Limit Breaker Quest, Gremmy is better than her, even though he doesn't have melee damage, which is funny. Giselle is better, Shinji is better, because they have killer against the random enemies in Limit Breaker Quest. It's not like they have boss killers or anything, and they don't rely on Guild Quest skills. They can be used anywhere. Sun can get 56 seconds cleared in Guild Quest. I think I forgot to mention that. In Guild Quest at 5 out of 5. That's the max I've seen. I can't remember what Shinji and Giselle have gotten, so that's why I'm kind of curious on where I should put them. Like, maybe it's like this. But, like, she's somewhere up here. She's somewhere up here. She's very, very good, is all I can say. She is an SS tier character. It's just gimmicky with the Guild Quest skills compared to them not having Guild Quest skills. So, kind of just depends what you value more. But Gremmy is still number 1. She's, like, a top 4 character. I feel like with the confusion with Shinji is what throws him off. And then his strong attack kit isn't as good. So, and then Giselle also has that knockback SA2. So, I don't know. I think I'm fine with this. Fine with this. Top 4, top 3, give or take. It's whatever you guys prefer, to be honest. It's around there. But yeah, like Sun just feels so smooth. Like at 1.5, she's getting like 50 seconds cleared. I don't think Giselle or Shinji can get that, but obviously I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But yeah, that's about it for tech. I'm gonna stop rambling about this one unit. Onto speed. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're on the speed attribute. And I think another character I'm going to drop down is Cang. He just keeps getting replaced and replaced and replaced with melee hollow killers, because we just got Sun, so it's another character to replace him. So I think I'm just going to drop him down to S tier, because I think Mace is better than him. I think Mace is better than him. Could I be wrong? Like, I don't know. I was remembering watching my buddies use him, and he just never inflicts, because he doesn't have an increased chance against hollows, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so he doesn't have an increased chance against hollows. I just had to make sure. He only has an increased chance against the power attribute enemies, and then his gauge isn't even that great. He gets an extra frenzy and then sprinter. Like, it's very whatever. I think Macy's better. But yeah, he's down here. He's still good. It's just, he's just getting replaced over and over and over again. Yuha and Mugetsu were both better than him. And then Sun. So, you know, just gonna push him down a little bit. And then I think these characters are all still fine. They're still exceptional. But now time to go over Apache. Apache is a good NAD character. She is a ranged normal attack damage character with a no affiliation killer, normal attack damage of 35%. She has Lacerate Plus on all of her strong attacks except for her SA2, which is an SA2 boost. Lacerate Plus, by the way, I forgot if I said it. And she's also Killer Plus. Same thing as Sun. Yet again, I keep forgetting that Killer Plus is even a thing. She has Team Party, Speed Attribute Character, normal attack damage of 20%, a Booster Skill of 30%, Bruiser of 50%, Enhancer for 10 seconds, Flurry +1 or +2 in Guild Quest, Freeze Duration -100%, Increased Status Summon Chance against no affiliation enemies +10%, Killer Effect +30 or +50 in GQ. She has Poise, Range Damage +10 or +30 in GQ, and then Sharpshooter. So she is replacing the Heart, Thousand Bubble Masaki in Guild Quest, which is much needed because if she's not 5'5", she hits like a wet noodle. Where would I put her? I mean, pretty much around the same place where all the other NAD characters are, and then probably a little bit higher. So like Nelliel, like I think Nelliel is getting phased out. Her damage is kind of mediocre. I think I'm gonna put Apache like up here somewhere. It's not that big of a deal. She's in S tier. She is a very good character. It's just she's literally only meant for one Guild Quest, and that's range no affiliation. So it is what it is. She's good. She's fine, but it's just that all of her skills are meant for Guild Quest, which really sucks. But I think she should be fine because she does have Sharpshooter outside of Guild Quest, so she can at least like break guard, so it's fine. She's decent, but she's going to be exceptional in the Guild Quest in like 3 days time. On Thursday, I believe, is her Guild Quest, so yeah. We'll have a little bit more information, but obviously it's a ranged NAD character. It's the same character we get like every banner. It's whatever. Alright, and then we have the power tier list, and there's nothing. I will say I'm very tempted to move Mugetsu down because I saw Death Smasher use him in Guild Quest, and the fact that he doesn't have Debilitator, which extends the status element duration of weakening, and in Guild Quest it's like a nanosecond that it lasts, so with no Debilitator it's literally like half a second and then it's gone, and you have to reapply it to the boss. So I'm speculating maybe we, you know, maybe we bump him down to like Oak's level. That might be what it is, because like even in Guild Quest or Limit Breaker Quest, he still isn't like that insane. Like I had him 3-5 and he felt pretty lackluster in the Limit Breaker the last time I used him. Obviously he didn't have every rule because there's just no way we can. Limit Breaker is a bit iffy, you know. It depends on the rules he gets, and if he has one rule wrong, he just does like no damage. So I think I'm going to move him down a little bit. Obviously, he's still insane in Link Slot Trials. He's like one of the fastest characters for it. But, you know, all of these characters can clear justice. Like Senju, Soifan, Mugetsu, and Ulk are exceptional in that Guild Quest mode. Or Limit Breaker Quest mode. Stop calling it Guild Quest, Tony. What are you doing? Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much it for power. There's nothing much going on here. On to the next attribute. Alright, so we have Halle Bell and Mila Rose. Two normal attack damage characters. Halle Bell is actually not bad. Unfortunately, she is meant for ranged human. And honestly, I don't think you realistically use her, if I'm not mistaken. I think she's fine, but if I'm not mistaken, you want to use Byakuya, Tenjiro, and then another booster for Byakuya. Maybe I'm wrong. But she's still a great character. She's still a good side, like especially if you don't have Tenjiro. She's a ranged human killer. She has normal attack damage of 35%. She has no status summons, so she won't be stealing Byakuya's status summon proc. She has Team Party, normal attack damage of 10%, Bruiser of 60%, damage taken -16%, Flurry +1 or Flurry +2 in Guild Quest, Freeze Duration -100%, Guard Break, Killer Effect +30 or +50 in GQ, Poise, Range Damage +10 or +30 in GQ, and then Start Barrier +10. So she's just a nice normal attack damage character, basically up by like Wonder Weiss and Rukia. She's just chilling. Nothing like too insane, but she's nice to have if you need help on the ranged human Guild Quest. But that's all she really has going for her, unfortunately. At least she has Guard Break, so you can use her in any like point event or anything. But yeah, not too much to talk about. And then we have Mila Rose, which is, I will just say it, is the best PvP character in the entire game for obvious reasons. I will rank her because she doesn't only have Flurry +3 in Brave Battles, which is very nice. But I'm just letting you guys know, very broken Brave Battle character. So she is a Quincy and Soul Reaper killer. She has damage taken minus 21%, and then she has weakening plus on all of her strong attacks, which is very good. So, I mean, realistically, since she is melee, you could use her on Ichigo's week if, you know, you want to. The end of year Ichigo or True Shikai Ichigo. They both have those killers, so that's kind of funny. You could do that. She has Brave Battle only, Block, Heart, and Mind attribute bonus, boost and debuffs, which doesn't really matter because it's Brave Battles only, and then BB only, Persistence in 5 seconds, BB only, Persistence Breaker, BB only, Prevent Lasted Survival, and then when you're at half stamina only, decrease damage taken minus 50%, half stamina only, increase normal attack damage to 50%, and then Brave Battle, temporary invincibility of 10 seconds, Bruiser of 50%, Flurry plus 3, Ignore Brave Battle invincibility, and Poise. So, unlike the speed attribute where I placed Askin very highly because he had Disabler Plus, Mila Rose doesn't have an increased chance to proc, so she's not going to be that great in like link slot trials or anything. But I think she's fine. She's probably down here. She's somewhere in the middle. I don't really know where to place her. She's just kind of like a hard hitter, but she doesn't bring any guild quest skills, and you want guild quest skills on your NAD characters in GQ now, because that's literally the meta, because of the new rework. So, like, maybe she's down here, but then she's not a booster, so it's kind of awkward to place her, because, you know, she's mainly got 2 skills. That's all she has. Flurry and Bruiser 50%. That's all she has. Flurry 3. So, she's somewhere around here, in the middle of S tier. There's just a bunch of gunk. Let me know where you would personally place her outside of Brave Battles. Obviously, in Brave Battles, she's like top of PvP, but I don't know. I'd say she's like middle, somewhere around here. Just kind of iffy, to be honest. But yeah. Also, I might end up moving Rukia up after this video drops, mainly because the guild quest is still going on, so maybe they can score higher. But she might be better than Retsu in terms of guild quest. So, and I know Candace did amazing. She got like high 50s in Guild Quest, if I'm not mistaken. So, these Guild Quest characters got a huge buff for obvious reasons. They definitely needed it, so that way they actually stood out more than just like being slightly better than non-Guild Quest characters. So, yeah. That is going to be the tier list. Not many characters. Pretty quick. Let me know down below if you would change anything significant. Like, I don't know. I think it's pretty close. Maybe I bumped down White because, like, nobody uses him in Guild Quest anymore. But, I don't know. Take care. Peace out. Hope you guys have an amazing day.